Oh, guess who's back? I spat everywhere there. You really need to guess who's back because it's just me every week. Fat Dan, visuals and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week where we like to get our... That's literally normal tense. There's barely any movement there. I'm so fucking feeble. The day of the week where we like to talk about anything that's weird and wonderful and nerdy, because being a weird, wonderful nerd is the best thing ever. So we're going to talk Legos this week? I don't know. Are we going to talk Funkos this week? I don't know. We're going to talk about what we just had recently with the Marvels or Loki. No, we're not. We're here to do a comic book review. A spoiler-free comic book review. We haven't done one in a while, and I figured, shit, we better start doing comic book reviews again. Not that the world needed them, but I keep giving. This time we're going to do a spoiler-free review for Spider-Boy issue 1. How beautiful is that cover as well, by the way? How awesome is that? Spider-Boy is a fun and awesome character. I will admit, I am very biased. Anything Spider-related, I just love. So there's your warning. If you're just going to listen to a fat man talk about how much he loves Spider-Man shit, just tune off now. It's absolutely fine. I will not be offended. Spider-Man Boy issue 1. The time of recording, this was out this Wednesday, but this video won't go up for another 2 weeks. So it's been out for a couple of weeks. You should be able to go out and get a copy of it, which I do highly recommend. There's a nice little early take on it. I recommend picking up this issue as soon as you can because it's a nice, fun read. Boy, if you don't know as well, is a character, well, Bailey Briggs is his name. He was the sidekick, well, he was the sidekick of Spider-Man, but during certain events, there's a lot of Edge of Spider-Verse stuff that you need to, well, you don't need to, but ideally is a bit more of a reference and a bit more of an understanding. Check out that stuff because some of it has to do with what goes on in this. But it was removed from the web of life, so absolutely everybody forgot who he is or what the fuck's going on, like who the fuck is Spider-Boy. He's come back. And everyone's sort of question, is he a monster? Is this a menace? You know, like the early days of when J. Jonah Jameson, in fact, they reference it in this book, of being like, hey, Spider-Man, menace, villain, harm to the city. Horrible impression. It's the same sort of thing that happens to Spider-Boy, but he's been removed from the web of life. Everyone hasn't got a fucking clue who he is. So here we go on an adventure. Who is he? What is he? What's going on? How's he going to adapt to this new life? Well, you're going to find out in Spider-Boy. Straight away where it shows you, it says even the, you know, the Daily Bugle, Spider-Boy, an urban myth or a monster among us. I need to stop doing my J. Jonah Jameson impressions, and you can see him, he's got Electro there, and he does look monstery and whatnot, and he does have a monstery origin story, which I'll dive into a little bit, but like I said, I want to keep it spoiler-free for any of you that's going to read it. But straight up with some awesome action, with the silliness and the goofiness. I'll just show you. I'm so shit. I'm sorry, visuals. I am so shit at doing comic book spoiler-free reviews. I'm like, I'm going to make it spoiler-free. Look at this page. I'm going to do it spoiler-free. Look at this page. I'm awful, right? I said spoiler-free, but it never fucking is. We open up with the most goofiest shit ever. We're in a bowling alley, and we're up against, yes, that's Gutterball, and Gutterball is that bugger right at the back there. He's just, his name's Gutterball, and we get exactly what I want from Spider-Man shit. The most horrible, stupid, crap jokes ever regarding to a certain situation or a certain person or a villain or whoever we're interacting with. And not spoil, I'm going to tell you. So we get a bit of dialogue that says, not happening, GB, Gutterball. Not when you're trying to pin these people down. And somebody quite clearly says, did you just make a bowling joke? And then that's done by Spider-Boy. And later on we see Peter say, way to go, pal. That was very striking. And he's like, oh, you know, shame he couldn't be spared. And I'm sat there reading it in my bed, fucking How I Met Your Mother in the background going like, this is fucking hilarious. And so, I don't know if it's how dumb I am or just how much I love stupid dad jokes, but it had the light-hearted, fun, juvenile nature of a spider story that I always love. As the story's going on, we'll actually get on with the story and whatnot. Spider-Boy's asking Peter Parker, asking Spider-Man, hey, can you put a word in for the, you know, can you help us out, get this image done? I'm not a monster. I'm not a horrible monster that wants to harm the citizens of New York City. Peter's like, yep, I know exactly what you're going through. I had the exact same thing. I'll go speak to everybody at the Daily Bugle and we'll try and iron it out. And they come with a solution and a plan to be like, you know, hey, can you give him the key to the city? And they're like, no, not really. He's like, how about the key to the bowling alley and as many free games of bowling as he wants to the alley that he's just saved? And they're like, that's a great idea. So we go to a grand opening, well, not grand opening, but you know, hey, it's Spider-Boy Hero, and it's immediately attacked by Spider-Boy's creator and some of her creations. Introduced to Madame Monstrosity and her humanimals. She does experiments where she takes animals and, you know, makes them humans. So, for example, in this particular panel, well, shit, spoilers, but I'll show you. See, we've got like an alligator guy in the back, a pig, a hamster, or a rat, or whatever the fuck that is. And because obviously Spider-Boy's been erased out of everybody's memory, this is a massive spoiler, she was the one that created Spider-Boy, and she's like, is this one of mine? I need to go find it. And, you know, they find out the location, going to be at this bowling alley. Oh, I need to go find him. And obviously it does turn out he is one of her creations, but she's just forgotten. And she sends a badass animal mix combination out to get him. Sends the Hellfino, which is an elephant and a rhino combination too. But I would definitely want to tell you this bit. There's a bit of a relationship between the Hellfino and Spider-Boy, because when they were both back in the labs being, you know, tested and being mutated and whatnot, there's a relationship between the two and a little bit of backstory which it gives you in this book. So I'll let you get there yourself, which is quite like opening, because it's quite heartwarming, because it's also how the conflict de-escalates and diffuses itself because of the relationship that these two once had together, and, you know, the understanding, you know, we were there. But you'll get to all of that. But we have a fun, over-the-top, typical comic book battle where there's big, monstrous, monstery thing against our lovely, lovable hero going at it. Stuff's being destroyed. People are in the way. And it escalates quite quick, but it flattens out just as quick. Spider-Boy gets into the Hellfino and de-escalates, and he goes on his way. But Madame Monstrosity, she's sort of like, oh, what's going on? Where's he going? How's he going? Where are you off to? And all that stuff. And that's when we get our closing moment. There is an extra little bit involving Squirrel Girl and stuff, and some giant balloons, and which again you'll get to yourself. I won't spoil that bit towards the to be continued page. And we get a nice. I will show you the cover of the next issue though, because we've got a lovely picture of Taskmaster there, Captain America, and our newly beloved Spider-Boy. So visuals, the read, it's a fun Spider-Man little adventure. I can't wait to see where it goes forward. Of course, we're going to break down, yeah, you little freak. We're going to break down, of course, more of the past of and the origin of Spider-Boy. How we're going to deal with more of the effects of people forgetting who he is, and, you know, being stricken from the web of life and stuff. And it's going to be a fun little story to play out. So if you do want an issue 2 spoiler free review, or an issue 2 review, we can get it done. But it's fun, it's animated beautifully, as most modern comic books are anyway. Don't you be dropping balls down there, you twat. So, like I said, it's a cookie, over-the-top, wacky adventure with mutations and experiments and cross-species genetics and stuff. There's a lovely little embracing moment between Spider-Man, Spider-Boy and stuff like that. So yes, visuals, I highly recommend it. Mr. Optimistic, Mr. Everything's Amazing that I love, 10 out of 10 here. I had fun with it. I laughed away at some stupid spider jokes revolving around a bowling alley. That's my review for Spider-Boy visuals. Go pick up your copy now. I'm not sponsored anyway by Marvel, but if I help in any way with sales, please just give us free comics or something. Save my wallet from buying Lego and Pokemon cards and comic books and being broke constantly. Visuals, apart from that, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, go get your copy, and remember to always keep being you and keep on web slinging on.